What's up, guys? This is Popeye Goose back with another solo dupe glitch. Just to let you know that this one is still working. This is day 3 of testing, and yeah, I'm still making money on it. It's getting a little tougher today. I'll get into the information. There's a little bit of updated info as far as a new technique that you can use to glitch the car out. But before we get started here, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to Brune Tango, where I originally learned this glitch from. Also learned a new method on how to glitch the car out today, which we'll get into a little bit later. So go ahead and check out Brune Tango's channel. The founders of this glitch are Gaming with Irish Demon, Obese Giraffe, Glitch Guru, and Killer Gaming. So go ahead and check their channels out. I'll link a description. Those guys have the best money glitches and dupe glitches, so they're always reliable, and go ahead and check them guys out. So we'll get into the video here. As you see, first step was obviously blowing up the faggios, the same as the past two videos that I released the past couple days. But there's a little bit of an issue today with some people having some problems where they actually get to the point where they stack the cars and then they modify the MOC, and once they get into the vehicle and weapon workshop, when they drive back in with their oppressor, you know, everything disappears, so they end up losing $1 million. So I kind of felt bad. There was a couple guys on my channel today that were asking some questions on the video I posted yesterday if it was still working. So I want to send a shout out to ACAT Gaming and Skylar Tamayo. So I appreciate the support from everybody on the page. But right now what I'm doing is I think I tried it 3 times or 4 times today, and it ended up working every time. It just sometimes it worked better than others. So right now I'm doing the original method where you just go ahead, open the door, hold down the pause button and the gas at the same time, and then release them right before the car starts up. I think I was doing this one in a lobby with only 8 or 9 people. So you'll see that this one doesn't really work the way it intends. It actually looks like it works perfectly, but you'll see when we get back inside here. So I go ahead, everything looks perfect, and you'll notice later on in the video, just to prove that these are clips from today, I ended up switching the colors of the Sultans, just so you would see. I changed it to like lime green, so you'd see that it's a different set of cars, so you're not thinking that this is clips from any of the previous days. So again, everything looked perfect. I went ahead and upgraded everything, and unfortunately right now, because on my Xbox I'm recording in 1080, so it only gives me the maximum of 2-minute clip to record. So I'm not able to record just like 10 minutes of it. I'm trying to get a better quality than having it be shitty quality. So I get put outside, okay, and what happens in the end of that clip, in the beginning of this clip basically, is I end up calling my oppressor through my motorcycle club. So I'm driving back in, I'm excited, I just got the dupes, I just paid the money to get the MOC modified. Driving in, and the Sultan disappeared. ACAT Gaming mentioned today that he was having some issues. I think he did this 3 or 4 different times where he ended up paying the $1 million to modify the MOC, and the Sultan was disappearing. So I really felt bad, so I wanted to come just to make sure that this is whether it was patched or not. So I tested it for hours and hours and had some luck, and then later on it started getting a little bit better as I went into a full lobby. You'll see later on in the clip or the video here, I was in a full lobby with I think like 26 people, and it worked perfectly. So right now we've changed up the car. I think we might be doing the second attempt to nope, that was the regular attempt to get the car glitched out, where we open the door and then hold down pause and gas at the same time, and then roughly right about when the car is supposed to start up, you just let go of them both at the same time. So you'll see right there, it seems like everything was perfect. Let's see if it was in this clip. I think I might have put one in where it might not have been. Okay, yeah. So here we go. So obviously I got the 2 cars now, but I got that one glitched the fuck out. So I can't remember if right now if what I did is went ahead and modified the MOC, or if I said, nah, screw that, I'm going to go ahead and try. I actually think I might have modified the MOC, and I think I had the same problem where maybe I might have been able to glitch, dupe a couple cars, but then I think the Sultan ended up disappearing immediately. So I think what I did now in this clip, if I'm not mistaken, I think I might have went ahead and changed sessions, And I think this is where I'm in the busy session. Another thing I've mentioned in the past videos is when I'm getting the animation when I drive into the MOC, I like it to be the extended one where the engine revs and it looks like the car is trying to, you know, drive through the MOC. So I'll come out and I'll smash the MOC, I'll come off the edge of that cliff, and I'll try and do like a flip on my car and really damage the car and damage the MOC. I feel I have a better chance when I do that. Again, if I'm speaking quiet, I don't know if I mentioned, but it's about 4:15 where I live here Monday morning. My girlfriend's sleeping in the next room, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet, but you know, loud enough where you guys can get the information. So I possibly am changing to the new technique right now. Yeah, okay, the new technique is different. You can actually open the door, hold down the pause button, and you can hold the pause button down for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, whatever you want. You can do it for 2 seconds. Once you get in, you hold down the pause button, and then when you're ready to start, you start to gently press in the gas and then let go of the pause button immediately. The good thing about this technique is you won't be driving out of the MOC and have to drive back in, where like the other technique, if you didn't get the timing right, you'd have to waste a lot of time doing this. If you don't get the timing right for this one, all that happens is the door opens, your character gets out, and then you can get right back in. So this one seems to be an easier way to actually get the black screen with the pause menu. But again, it doesn't work all the time. You know, I've had a lot of times today where I thought I hit it and it didn't. It spawned me outside on the car. Okay, so this time, you see again, that car was glitching the fuck out halfway inside the MOC. I think at this point I was like, fuck it. I just want to go ahead and, you know, modify the MOC and test it. I'm not sure if I did that last time when it was on its side. I think I did every single time, but I think I might have only been able to do 2 cars. I also had an issue today when I was in the MOC. It might have been that time. I had 2 pricks come in and start shooting the MOC, and then, you know, once I was already in the vehicle and weapon workshop when I got off my oppressor, I noticed that the Sultan just disappeared because I was getting hit by rockets. So we just go ahead and glitch that one out. Not the perfect stack like you used to, but I guess it was good enough. So you see, one thing I like to do too now is make sure that you get off the oppressor before you return it. I saw some videos today where people were trying to do it all in the same motion and it kind of glitched everything out. The other thing I like to do is turn your camera so you're looking at the Sultan the whole time, like right there. Always try to get the Sultan in your view.
Mutual Insurance.
And you can see in this video as I'm going through my apartments that I'm cycling through the faggios that have already been blown up. So you can see that this is pretty much in order. I cut out a lot of clips, or else this would have been a 40-minute, 50-minute video. I probably did at least like 22 to 24 today. So not all at once, because I had some issues. You know, like I said, I got my MOC blown up when I was in it. I had another time where I ended up lagging out. Another time where you can see that the Sultan just disappeared. But it definitely is still working. It just seems to be a little bit trickier than it has been. But I notice the bigger the lobby you're in, especially if it's a 20 plus, I think you're going to have the most success. If you can get these types of animations when you're driving the Sultan in, you know, you're usually going to be pretty good. I know that was just the oppressor, but like I said, I like to try to glitch out the animation. That's why I'll come off the cliff, I'll drive into the MOC, do a couple of flips, back up, hit the MOC, hit the gas, and as I'm hitting right on the control pad to get in the MOC, I'll kind of tap the gas again. I try to do all kinds of crazy shit to get these types of animations. Although I think right here this might be the time where I think the Sultan disappears. Or the second time today that the Sultan disappeared. No, okay, my fault. But anyway, like I said, I always try to, as soon as I get off the bike, I try to turn around and look right at the Sultan as I'm returning the oppressor, or again, whatever kind of bunker vehicle that you want to use, whether it's the Tampa, the APC, you know, the Insurgent pickup, I think even the, I forgot the name, the Sky Shark or whatever the hell it's called. Basically any of those. I just recommend the Motorcycle Club, you know, because you have the option to get your oppressor immediately, and obviously you need it because that's the only way that you can return the oppressor when you're inside here in the MOC. So that's a really important step. You'll see right here, I've had this happen a couple times. When you get in the car and the gas won't start up, you can't hit right on the control pad to you know, upgrade the car. So what I've had to do is, you know, just try to get out, get back in, get out, get back in. If that still doesn't work, walk around to the passenger side, try to get out, get back in. Whatever you do, do not leave the MOC. If you end up leaving the MOC because you have to, like say if you get bricked out of the car, then you know there's not much you can do. If you keep trying and no matter what you can't get inside that car, then unfortunately the only thing I could recommend is send the MOC back to storage if you can while you're inside, because once you leave the MOC you're going to be screwed. So I think right now I'm just going through a couple more steps of, you see right there, I just did that step right there and the Sultan disappeared. I think I go ahead and do one more set of these, and it actually kind of works perfectly where I get the normal stack. So right now I cut off, so unfortunately I'm at the step where I ended up glitching the car out again, and lately I've been using the method where you just open the door. Once you open the door, just hold down the pause button, and then your character sits in the car. You can hear the car start up. You can wait, you know, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, whenever you're ready. But to get the glitch going, what you need to do is just kind of have your finger on the gas button and start gently squeezing it in. And at the point where you would think you would squeeze it in enough for the car to actually respawn and go forward, you kind of just quickly let go of the pause button. And you notice what happens is, I would say at least 60 to 70% of the time, you get the black screen with the pause menu on it, and it'll glitch you out of the car in one way or another. Maybe it'll be the perfect way you want, where you come back in and the car is stacked, or it may not be. It may be where, you know, the car is glitched out on the side, or maybe it's only one car in there as well. It's been happening a lot. You're gonna have to be patient. If you really want to try this, I would recommend, you know, obviously you do this at your own risk, but I would recommend that you have at least some millions stacked away, where if you have to do this a couple times because it's not working as perfect as it should, then that's okay. But if you only have like 1 million and that's all your money and you're banking on doing this, you're taking a big risk, because you could go ahead and modify the MOC, pay that million, and then walk in and there might not be a Sultan. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen for you, but I'm just saying, if you are low on money, you know, really take into consideration that it's not working perfectly right now, but it is working, and you can make a lot of money once it starts working. But the problem is, you know, you never know in that step when you modify the MOC, what's going to happen when you walk into, when you drive into the vehicle and weapon workshop. You never really know what's going to happen. So, you know, definitely do this at your own risk. We're going to be going ahead and wrapping up this video. As I said, this is day 3. This is working, not 100%, but when it does work, it is working great. It just may take a little bit longer to get it going. Just want to send a special shout out to Sembaticus. Go ahead and check out his channel. He's got plenty of Call of Duty and Fortnite videos on his channel. That's SEMBATOCUS. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description. Again, everybody who's watched and everybody who's subscribed, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Hopefully this works for you, and I'll see you next time.